to brief President Obama on any calls involving Michael Flynn?
I'm not going to get into either that particular case, that matter, or any conversations I had with the president.
Yeah, that's why you never heard about it the rest of the day. Every single one of those names. You didn't hear, hey, Susan Rice might have been the lead. You never hear that because they know that there's a strong possibility somebody was responsible. Somebody committed a felony, and it wasn't Michael Flynn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Judge Knapp.
Hello, Jamie. How are you?
I know to you I may look old. Hope this statement ain't too bold, but here comes
JudgeKnapp.com. And it's interesting. How are you, first of all, Judge Napolitano?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And listen, yesterday, it is interesting to me, and maybe I'm misreading Director Comey, but there didn't seem to be a whole lot of curiosity into who committed a federal crime in unmasking General Flynn to the media.
You know, it's very interesting, Jamie. You put your finger on it. The director of the FBI is not supposed to reveal the status or even existence of an ongoing investigation. And he really got his fingers burned when he did that with respect to Hillary Clinton during the campaign, when he announced that they had a treasure trove of emails. You remember this nonsense? And
yes.
Anthony Weiner's laptop, you can't make this up, where they were looking for child porn, and they found 650,000 emails from Mrs. Clinton. Who knows if that was true? And then a week later, they said they went through the 650,000 emails, and none of them were relevant, and he was excoriated for that. He should have kept his own counsel and not revealed the investigation. So yesterday he reveals the existence of one investigation into whether or not there were ties between the Trump campaign and the Russians, but he refuses to reveal the existence of another investigation, who leaked classified material, which is a 10 years in federal prison felony. How does he decide which to reveal and which not to reveal? Well, under the rules that govern him, he's not supposed to reveal the status or existence of any investigation, but he must have been under tremendous political pressure from the anti-Trump forces in the government to reveal the existence of one and remain silent on the other. The matter remains. Someone in the intelligence community, probably, with access to a digital version of the conversations, I believe there was more than one, between General Flynn and the Russian ambassador to the United States, selectively revealed portions of those conversations in transcript form to antagonize the president, humiliate General Flynn, and make it look like he had done something wrong. And as a result, Flynn is gone. Trump has been frustrated. The intelligence community knows it can influence the president by selectively concealing and selectively revealing, even though this process is a felony.
Well, and it seems to me then that if you look at this and you look at who would benefit the most from a leak like that, clearly there was some trepidation about General Flynn taking over, and he was talking about making some pretty significant changes. So for all the talk about the possibility of a guy like Ben Rhodes leaking it, although that's possible that he could have gotten the information from somebody in the intelligence community and then he transferred it, whatever. But the bottom line is there were a lot of people in the intelligence community who had quite the axe to grind against General Flynn, correct?
Yes, for a variety of reasons. One, he's unorthodox. He's not, even though he ran the Defense Intelligence Agency, that's the chief spying apparatus in the Pentagon, next to the NSA. He's really not one of them. He's one of these people who believes that war should be avoided, not accepted as a standard operating procedure for the government. And number two, being a former spy himself, he knows exactly how all this stuff works. I have nothing against General McMaster. I think he's a brilliant guy and a wonderful choice. But he does not come from the intelligence end of this, so he does not know how the intelligence community can manipulate people. So they would prefer a General McMaster to a General Flynn. And the way they manipulated the president was simply outrageous.
So tell me a scenario where if the FBI found anything, what is it that they're looking for? I know you don't know exactly, but like, for instance, what do they mean? Like, if the people who are on Twitter talking about collusion, that kind of thing, what kind of scenario are we looking for? Because so far it's clear that the results
So in the Russia case or in the General Flynn transcript case?
Well, in any case where they're trying to insinuate somehow some kind of collusion with the Russians or discussions with the Russians, like what possibly could have been said or discussed that would have affected an election?
The exposure of internal secrets in the Hillary Clinton campaign, the release of all those emails of John Podesta, which were released through WikiLeaks during October of 2016,
right,
which showed bias, prejudice, anti-Catholic views, misgivings about Mrs. Clinton herself. I mean, it was really down and dirty and raw. Now, I don't know that it would take Russian intelligence to have accessed that because his password was the word password.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
It was so pedestrian. Even a teenager knows not to use the word password as your password.
Yeah.
But anyway, they did hack him. So theoretically, I suppose if the Trump campaign facilitated that, it was working with a foreign power to disrupt or to alter the outcome of an American election campaign. That would be a form of espionage. So that would be a very, very serious issue. And I guess they would try and tie that to the president himself, Canada Trump at the time. So that, in theory, is what Comey revealed they're looking for. In the other case, with General Flynn, there's 60,000 NSA agents, but fewer than 100 have access to unfettered access to the database. The database is monumental. The database consists of digital versions of every text message, email, data transmitted over fiber optic cables, like bank statements, every cell phone call and landline call in the United States since 2005. To give you a picture of this, if it were printed, it would fill 27 times the size of the Library of Congress every year. But they can easily get this through computer, but only about 100 of them can do that. So they are looking for who in that 100 access to this. Mm-hmm. Now, these people are pros. They know how to access something without fingerprints, but still there's got to be some digital reference to who dipped in and took this stuff out and had it transcribed, because it doesn't exist in transcript form. It exists in squiggles and symbols and numbers.